Hey, it's Van Ondi, and you're listening to Best Week Ever. This is the podcast where we break down everything that made this week amazing. Big stories, small wins, and those unforgettable moments that made us go, whoa, what a week. Each week, I bring on some incredible guests to chat about what's happening, share their stories, and help us figure out who's absolutely crushing it. And of course, who's having the worst week ever. Because let's be honest, we all love a little bit of drama. So if you're here for the buzz, the laughs, and maybe a little tea, you're in the right place. New episodes drop every Friday. Follow now, and let's make this your best week ever. Welcome back to another week of Best Week Ever podcast. I am your host, Fan, and as always, we are here to discuss who's having the worst and best week ever in pop culture. And it's our opinions on who we think are having the worst and best week ever in pop culture. Please check us out on YouTube. I have a very special guest. It's a new guest. It is a weekly podcast hosted by Imani Marcus that explores reality television, pop culture, and true crime through a Black girl's perspective. Marcus, an educator by day, focuses heavily on Bravo universe, including the Real Housewives franchise, The Traitors, and while often hosting crossover episodes with other pop culture podcasters. This is The Mix with Manny, guys. Manny, how are you today?
I am so good. Wow, thank you so much for having me and for that wonderful intro. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so excited to have you on here. I was just gushing about how I love you in Bravo We're Black. We're friends in the universe with Kendrick and, of course, Raven. I love your community, our community so much, and I appreciate you so much. Can you please let my listeners know about your podcast and if you have anything cool to plug in?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I really do love like that podcast, our community of content creators. BIPOC content creators specifically who are, we're all watching the shows, right? We're all watching the reality TV shows. I started my podcast in like 2019. It was formerly Mixing with Monty. All my handles are still the same. But it's now the Mix with Monty because it was like, I really watch it all. We watch it all. It started as a love of Bravo, an obsession. Actually, love is putting it quite mildly. Obsession is honestly putting it mildly too. Like, I mean, your girl was watching. I mean, Bravo could put a trash bag on TV and I would give it a try. There was once upon a time where that was the case. Anything they put on the television, I was like, oh, I'll give it a try. It looks like they have a good cast, And I just needed someone to talk to about it. I'm an only child, and most of my friends are serious people. And like I'm married to a wonderful woman, but she's a doctor. She's a chiropractor. She's very serious. Like she does science and charts at home. I watch women like yell about stealing each other's houses and things like that, right? That's what makes me happy. So I just started talking to the ether, and I, have been really blessed and fortunate to meet and talk to some cool people along the way who all, like you said, great when we can find each other and end up in each other's DMs and emails. Like I too am the only person in my life or hometown that watches, all these things, or that knows that Ashley I from Royal Housewives of Rhode Island was on The Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise, which I watch both. And that's why I famously named it The Mix, because I'm like, I mix it all up. Like I watch everything all the time. It's pretty much anything that like satisfies my ADHD, like that scratches the itch of like stimulation. I'm putting it on. And for right now, that is reality television. But I also can't like shy away from the fact that I'm a Black woman in this world, and a lot of the things on TV, either they don't always reflect other people watching the shows than the people on the shows. And when they do, sometimes it's worth talking about. And when they don't, it's worth talking about. So it's just fun to kind of like, be able to get all of my grievances out about it and all of my yayas, like all the good things about it at the same time with really cool people, and whatever you're watching, we'll have to have you come on so you can tell me which ones get your gripes out too. I love get all your gripes out on the girls that you love to watch or love to hate to watch. I'm the place for that.
I love that. And it would be such an honor just to talk reality TV with you, especially now that we have such great TV with a lot of behind the scenes gossip. I was going to say, Carl took your nickname this summer in The Mix because that is what he is repeatedly saying to his other castmates. But I want to ask you, what are you watching right now that is really scratching that itch and
Yeah.
making maybe want to scratch your butt the way Cell says it? Made you really want to scratch that butt.
No, seriously, the most satisfying, okay? Let's see. I right now, Sunday nights are my favorite nights. I've always held such great space for my Sunday night shows. It's always been where Housewives of Atlanta stayed. So it's usually where like Potomac goes to. And so, I used to call it like Black Soul Food Sundays, but now it's like kind of whatever will fill that void there. But it's usually now just at least reserved for the heavy hitting shows and cast of the week, right? So like now if I know if it's a Sunday show, it's going to be the thing that is like going to keep my interest from moment 1 to moment 48 and a half where I'm like why are the credits rolling? Oh my god. I'm not going to be like questioning like how much longer we have and checking the timer like I do when I watch Beverly Hills. So right now, that is Housewives of Atlanta and Rhode Island. I get it. It's only been like 2 episodes so far. They are so good though. They're making me feel like I can't do other things while I'm watching them. And that is so rare, especially for me. I just said the ADHD, like I'm doing 3 other things and I appreciate a show that piques my interest enough that I'm like, wait, what did she say? Like Rhode Island is so good. It has me going back. I'm like, say it again. Like I'm rewinding. And Atlanta is so funny. I'm rewinding. I'm like, oh my God, I was laughing too loud. Let me rewind. I didn't hear the thing. So anything that makes me like really want to tap in the entire time, you got me. I'm locked in. I'll be a designated viewer every single week. So that's me on Sunday nights on Bravo right now with Atlanta and Rhode Island. So glad they put Rhode Island on Sunday. I'll say it.
I mean, I love it because I think New Jersey used to be on Sundays, and I feel like they are kind of
They
integrating
did.
both of those franchises together. I really do think that it's not looking good for New Jersey now that we have this premiere with Rhode Island. I know I put that as a prediction back months ago, but I now seeing it, I'm just like, do we really need New Jersey now? What are your thoughts with New Jersey?
I'm curious what they would be doing to make it fresh. Again, I think it's still going to take some time. From what I'm hearing, unverified sources on the internet, of course, is that they are not meshing the oldies and the news. Duh, because New Jersey, that's never been the case. It's kind of like, I don't know. They definitely shouldn't do exactly what they did with Roni, where they rehaul the whole thing for Housewives of New York and give us a brand new fresh cast. I do wonder how they're going to integrate the newbies and the old, especially because on a show like New Jersey, it is all about legacy, clout, all of those things. Like that is literally the whole name of the game. It's like status and standing and family and respecting of the elders. And Teresa, I don't even think Melissa is gonna let these new bitches not bow down to her. You know what I'm saying? Which I kind of understand. I'm not gonna lie. But I do think that it needs to happen. I just think that it's now gonna be on the back burner. I just think that we don't need the rush. I don't miss New Jersey nearly as much as I did before. And I didn't think I was going to miss New Jersey. I wasn't one of those girls who like loved and, loved for New Jersey. I loved it. It's amazing. One of the best binges you can ever do because it is so non-housewives. It's like so different. You have no idea if you're watching like a mob movie. You have no idea what's going on half the seasons, right? Like it's so good, but I am curious what freshness would have to happen because Rhode Island is giving me that New Jersey feel, fresh and brand new, like I never had it. And I don't know how we're gonna get that in New Jersey with the same people. Though I believe you can't have a show without Teresa and by all accounts also Melissa. And Dolores is an excellent go between. I do love her. I mean, we all love Dolo. We loved her on Traders. I watch that. That's putting it in the mix. Like we follow our girls, right? Dolores going to Rhode Island. Newsflash, I didn't even need her the first half of the first episode. So I need New Jersey even less because I thought I needed Dolores to pull me in. And Rhode Island had me in like the first 15 minutes. I was like, wait, she owns a dispensary. Is she high right now? I feel like she's high right now. This is great. It was so good. But I didn't even realize that when Dolores showed up, I was like, oh yeah, New Jersey. I do miss her. So, but I'm getting her over there. So I'm almost like, do we just maybe have Melissa and Teresa come and meet them sometimes? Like once upon
Yeah.
a time, New York did that. Remember the girlies of Beverly Hills just meant to go meet the girls in New York. We don't really need a full spinoff all the time, right? Maybe we focus on Rhode Island for the next couple of years. Maybe y'all put Roni on life support and you figure her out. And then we just let Teresa and Melissa and the sprinkle cookies come to whatever clam bake the Rhode Island girls have in a couple, like in a year. I think that's actually a much better idea than trying to make New Jersey happen right now.
I 100% agree with you because I think they need time, especially New York, to come up with
Uh,
an ensemble cast that is willing to give us TV that Salt Lake City is giving us, that Rhode Island is giving us. I mean, there is that word going around from, I think, viewers just saying, give us random city housewives. Now that we've gotten the Salt Lake City, the Rhode Island is getting great reviews. It kind of pushes away the Roni. And
yeah.
now going to what reality TV show is making your butt itchy?
Love that. I love that analogy. I can feel it. I can
I
see
stole
it.
it
I
from Zell
understand it.
from Who Asked Me
Yeah, I
Zell.
love
Like,
her. Hey,
it's
so
it's literally it has me on the floor. But I have to ask, like, which one's like that you're on the phone when you're watching a show, pretty much.
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and shock you guys. It's Summer House. It's way better off camera than it is on camera. There's not scandal happening on camera because we know that they live their lives shittily off camera. That's where we need the cameras. This happens almost all the time, right? I will never forget the season before where we knew Kyle and Amanda got married, and then we watched the season leading up to the marriage. Like, oh, we definitely this should not happen. I just don't think this should happen. Same with like Lindsay and Carl. Like I just don't feel like this season I'm watching with the same intention because I'm just waiting for the reunion. That's all we care about right now. I don't give a shit about anything that they got going on this show. I definitely don't give a shit about the In the City crossover right now. I don't care. I'm happy for Lindsay and her apartment, but more than 50% of that show will now be led in by Kyle and Amanda. And I liked Amanda up until now. I never cared for
Yeah.
Kyle. So I was going to be doing it for Amanda and Lindsay. And now I'm just doing it for Lindsay. You can't pay me enough. And I'm not getting it. So right now I watch it for work. I watch it for, and by work, I mean this for podcasting. Listen, if it pays some bills, baby, it's work. Okay. I watch it for to keep up to date, but honestly, they're way more interesting not on TV. Like I'm way more interested in what they're doing. Like, and why is Amanda wearing that scarf in the city in TMZ? Like, why? Like, what do you mean? Like, are you working with
Yeah.
TMZ? What did they say? Kyle and Amanda and Wes prioritize date night over the drama. I said, "Oh, whose side have you taken?" Jimmy John's putting out their Amanda, collab. I'm like, "Oh, is this what we're on?" It's like finding out who's MAGA and who's not, like in the world, like out in
Mm,
the celebrities. It's like, "Oh, so you're putting out your Amanda thing, but you dropped her instinct." I'm just taking notes. I just like
yeah.
taking notes. I want to clock it all. Bravo just announced that they're like, we're not splitting up that reunion. I don't know where y'all heard that, but it is not happening. So they said,
Probably
let's get that
Demois.
rumor. Yeah, honestly, Dumas wrong more than she's right. God bless her.
Yeah.
But she's doing the Lord's work, keeping us talking.
And speaking of Jimmy John's, guys, there's Panera Bread now. I know that she's been in the outs for a while, but Vanita and Miss Sierra just came up with their own
Yes.
advertisement commercial, and I loved it because it was just them playing Jenga, asking like really naughty questions. But same day of the Jimmy John's commercial, I was like, they
Yeah.
really are trying to pin these girls against each other.
That's okay because I love Panera, first of all. It's the more seasoned version. If you are looking for a more seasoned sandwich, or if you like that sandwich a little bit plain, you know which one you're looking for. And that is actually, it makes so much sense with companies, shows whom's, and which ones
Yeah.
you support. If you reposted that Jimmy John's one, I know that you like, deli turkey meat only and mayo and a little bit of mustard, and don't make it spicy, child. Okay. But if you like Panera, taste, taste.
I love that. Love that. And guys, that's just a taste of Manny's podcast. So if you loved this breakdown of what she's watching, please go check out her podcast. It will all be on the show notes.
Yes, we have a good time.
Yes. We're going to move on to our worst week ever topics. We always start off with worst week ever honorable mention. Who is on your worst week ever honorable mention this week?
Worst week ever honorable mention this week. It's still going to be West from Summer House because though he has had no real problems right now this week as of late, we are in the low
Mm.
part of like, you know, a scandal, right? We're in that part where it's like after the 2 weeks, things fade a little bit and people stop, you know, they ease up, their foot are off the next a little bit. But Wes has still not come out of this with anything. He still looks just as dingy. He's still being just as like dogged out on the internet. He doesn't have a Jimmy John's commercial right now. Like he's kind of just existing in the shadow and the aftermath of this, and he looks sad. Though they say they're happy, they don't look it. They look like not like they're taking care of themselves. So it's still giving Wes because after all that, you still look the same. No level up. So then what was the point? What was the reason? You know? So though nothing's happened to him, like no bad news has actually happened to him right now. So it's an honorable mention. Like other people are having a worse week.
No, truly, you're so right about this because he is getting off of this so easily, besides like us podcasters who are pointing the finger at him instead of like Amanda. And I don't know who's pointing at Sierra. If you are, get out of this podcast.
Sierra did nothing wrong.
Nothing. But yeah, he hasn't gotten any heat. The way that he's still bar crawling, and he went on a Complex trip because he works for Complex, and
Hmm.
he did a whole video reel, and it actually got cut out because of the drama that's happening in the summer house. Um, and it looks like nothing is phasing him whatsoever. And exactly with the TMZ date night, that looked like they called for sure.
It was giving Harry and Terry and Heather in Disney World, wasn't it? Like I love Heather. Like I'm a fancy pants. So, but like no tea, no shade. That's what happened. You called. Like that was
Yeah, they called.
how did they know? And what do you mean you're having an open-faced conversation like two people standing on a stage? Like if you've ever taken acting, if you've ever been a theater kid, you know that they always tell you to have those conversations like when you're off to the side having side conversations just for the plot, but do it towards your face. So you're facing the audience, never turn your back away from to the audience. They literally looked like that. They didn't look two people having a relationship conversation. They were like on the street in New York, quote unquote, date night. She don't look like she having date night. He don't look like he having date night. Neither of them look like they having date night. What date are you going on? That's no wonder you didn't want to date Sierra. Goddamn, she's too pretty to look like that. There was no date night, but like they're having open face conversation to the paps across the street, smiling and
Yeah.
cheering each other on. Nah, girl. But also that tells me desperate, which is why you're not having a good week, babes. You're mental. I'm worried because that's weird and desperate and a little cringe.
Makes me rethink of all the bad things that Kyle said about Amanda, the whole no drive, no personality. And I'm like, yeah, she's just hanging at bars now, bar crawling with this crusty dude who has no plans of commitment in the future.
And that's
Truly.
okay with you. But
Yeah.
you're just coasting. Like, I don't understand it. And I get why then someone like Sierra would threaten the both of you, honestly. As a friend, for one, because jealousy looks like this. So as a friend and as a partner, it's like, ugh, that's a lot. You seem like you're going places.
Yeah.
Listen, ladies, if you're the one going places, let him have the worst week ever and tell him goodbye. Goodbye.
I love that. Yeah, let's continue to keep our leg on his neck because he deserves so much more hate than the girls are getting. My worst week ever honorable mention is actually the major scams that are happening in Coachella. There's been accommodation scams where hosts are canceling reservations just days before the festival and raising them higher for profit. And then stolen wristband scam. I don't know if you've heard about this, a common tactic where a seller provides a legitimate wristband but reports it's lost or stolen to the ticketing company immediately after receiving payment. And it's only a $40 lost or stolen fee. So a lot of people have been going into the Coachella stage. They already have the wristband, but when they go back to like re-enter, they're like, "Oh, this isn't working," because the original buyer canceled and said it was stolen, and then they get a new wristband.
What?
So this has been really, really bad on Coachella because this was on the Coachella website, resale ticket website, that a lot of concert goers were getting denied access into the place, which is really, really upsetting. With the digital
Yikes.
transfer scams, physical wristbands, any seller claiming they can transfer a ticket via email is likely fraudulent. And there was a duplicate ticket sale scamming that was happening as well in Coachella. And not only was that happening in Coachella, but also there was the wind, the spicy pizza that everybody apparently got sick from eating. And yeah, this is just not a good look for Coachella because, this is a $900 ticket to go. And then on
Yeah, I
top of
think
that,
they
you're
start base
spending,
price at 650. Multi-days, it's not close to anything. You have to spend a lot of money on lodging and extracurricular like travel and activities and all these things in order to get there. Not to mention those tiny little outfits they all gotta wear from, Pretty Little Thing and
yeah.
everything. Those things add up. Okay. Somebody better see this look and you're telling me I can't get into the concert?
Yeah,
Oh
and the
no.
food costing like over $30 for a slice of pizza, and like
Crazy.
that's not even including the drink, and then you're getting sick off of it. I would be more pissed off that I got sick off of a $30 pizza than anything.
Absolutely. Because that pizza, first of all, needs to have truffle on it or some shit. It needs to
Yeah,
do something. It needs to do
that gold
something.
flakes.
Yeah, I want the gold pizza. Okay. Like Salt Bay out here offering, $100 hamburgers because he's put salt on it. That salt better be gold flexed. I want some real stuff. I feel bad for those people for many reasons. We'll get to it.
Well, since we're over with our honorable mentions, who's your worst week ever runner up this week?
Also, from Coachella, it's Believers. It's
Ooh, I
Believers.
can't
And
wait
I
to hear
know,
this.
I know y'all. Some of y'all are in the Delulu. I wonder what your thoughts are on the current state of the world with the amount of Delulu y'all are offering yourselves right now. That live playlist was so not it. Y'all did not deserve to spend. I could have done that at home. He could have done that on Twitch. Justin Rashawn Bieber, come to the front. I'm so mad at him of House Usher and JT and all the other greats. You mean to tell me you are just going to be up there with an HDMI cord, a MacBook, and your own YouTube playlist that you didn't even pre-make? It's not even like he had intention. That's what it is for me. I don't care. It's meta. It's vibes. It's no, I'm with Katy Perry. I'm glad that he had YouTube Premium and he didn't have no ads because me, a teacher who
Yeah.
uses YouTube throughout my day all the time for kids, you got to get the no ads. So the fact that he didn't have ads is honestly the only thing he had going for him. Because if he had had ads, I would have asked my money back immediately from the bottom floor. At one ad, we are farmers, bum ba dum. But I would have been like, I want a refund. You've got to be shitting me. Him singing One Less Lonely Girl from a folding chair or laying down on the ground looking up at y'all doesn't do it. It's not clocking to you all that is not a performance. And call me a tourist to a fault, but I refuse to pay for something that is lacking in quality. Okay. And me as a believer, I was disappointed because I wanted to stream
Yeah.
something great. I could have streamed him doing this on Instagram Live when he was home. Because newsflash, he did this type of stuff all the time. Remember when he was like doing the verses? Like, we could have dealt this at home. I didn't need this to be your Coachella experience, especially when Sabrina Carpenter is making such an effort on a stage and people and other women, like the other headliners, women, are doing real shows and performances on that stage. And Justin is in a sweatshirt. This is what I told y'all when he was at the Grammys. He didn't deserve to be on that stage singing that song in his boxers. That was weird. I deserved better as a believer. Okay. If you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. But I really don't enjoy someone doing a concert when you have one of the largest fandoms in the world still over a decade later and people spend their whole check. These young
Yeah.
people spend all the money they have to come and see you perform One Less Lonely Girl or Yukon or whatever the hell, and you can't even pre-make the playlist. Like, you asking me what I want to hear? I don't like that. It really upsets me when I'm like, dang, I would, because he could have probably done anything else, and the girls would have been like, believers, we're here. But some of y'all being like, believers, we are so back after this performance, you're having a bad week. It's not good. It's not good.
I have to agree with you. I mean, the fact that he made it a whole karaoke set, I felt like he could have gave his fans a heads up because he does have this legal loophole apparently with YouTube because he sold his music to catalog to Hippognus Song Capital in 2022.
Hmm.
However, the industry experts and sources close to the deal called this nonsense, stating that there's no legal restrictions on him performing those songs live. He got paid $10 million to
For
literally just
this,
yeah.
phoning it in, this is mediocre white male behavior. I don't like it. I'm so sick of mediocre white men having a winning year this year. I'm not gonna give it to you. I'm sorry. And if you support this mess too, you're having a bad week. So believers, you lost this one, honey. I'm sorry. This was an L because exactly what you just said makes it worse.
They're really in denial because the mental health is gripping and it's so obvious to see. And I can give all my flowers to Haley. She is trying to hold this on with a tether of a string
I guess,
with
child, the way
her
he was talking
business.
to
And
her
I
on the
know I
internet,
still
remember when
cannot. Yeah.
cannot. I was like, oh, strike one. That was a big one. That was a bad one. You can't even be happy for your woman, your wife, your partner in life, your mother of your kid. I don't understand that. And
You'll,
now
you'll get more
this.
in Coachella with her brand than your own
Thank
performance.
you. Thank you. Like, it was more exciting to me that Young Thug got Northwest out of the way so she wouldn't get hurt at the mosh pit at Coachella. Like, that was more interesting. I watched that more times than I did Belieber Set. But I thought I was going to. Like, I really wanted to watch Believe Cella or Belieber Cella, Bieber Cella, whatever. I like him. So this is really upsetting to me. I feel bad. Like, I'm having a worse week.
I mean, I don't love that for you, but I do love that you are making him be accountable for this because there are believers
Yes.
that are denying the fact that this wasn't a great performance. I'm
This is
sorry. I
not
mean,
worth
like,
your $700, babes. It's not.
yeah, it really isn't. And we're gonna keep it with the worst week ever runner up with Coachella because my worst week runner up, we saw her in Coachella with her new man, Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau. That's how I
Yes.
know I'm too old to go to that concert now. Cause seeing them two, I was like, ooh, ick, yuck.
Yeah. I mean, Kim Kardashian was there too with her boyfriend who was Kendall's ex date and her daughter. They didn't go together, but it's like weird. Like, I would not want to be at the same festival as my mom. Like, mom, you don't need to be
Yeah.
here. If your daughter can be at the Coachella, you should not be at the Coachella.
But apparently, Katy Perry is in the news right now because Ruby Rose accused Katy Perry of sexual assault nearly 2 decades ago, and the singer is denying it all. But apparently, the Orange is the New Black star alleged in a series
Wait,
of
that
posts
Ruby
on
Rose.
threads.
I was
Yeah.
wondering. There's a couple of Ruby Roses. I was like, oh my God, I love her. Hate this.
The pop star assaulted her at an Australian nightclub when she was in her 20s. Rose first commented on Complex Music threads, posting mentioning Perry, saying, Katy Perry sexually assaulted me at Spice Market nightclub in Melbourne. Who gives a damn what she thinks? In further posts, she thanked fans for their support after sharing her allegation after almost 2 decades of the incident. She said, I was in my early 20s. I'm now 40. It has taken almost 2 decades to say this publicly. Though I am so grateful to have made it long enough to find my voice, it just shows how much of an impact trauma and sexual assaults takes. Thank you for seeing me. Katy Perry is denying the reckless allegations of sexual assault. He's called it dangerous. The allegations being circulated on social media by Ruby Rose about Katy Perry are not only categorically false, they are dangerous, reckless lies, the statement read. And shortly after the post, Rose wrote that she would go to the police station to see if an investigation into any of my experiences of assault could be done, alluding to incidents outside of just the allegation against Perry. She said, I imagine they are past their statute of limitations, but all the more reason to try. I have a long list. What are your thoughts on this? Because people are kind of divided to I'm siding with Ruby Rose on this. All
Absolutely.
women should be heard. And
I absolutely
I
think
remember
so.
Katy Perry in her early days. She was
Yeah. Y'all should
vile.
too. And not just that, I want to say that it's not lost on me. I mean, even before I remember her early days, you got to think about where she's at right now, right? In this
Mm.
partnership, this romantic partnership with a politician in Canada, she is trying to change a totally different image. She just had a very public divorce. It is pretty much swept under the rug now that she is with Justin Trudeau. And you know what else is swept under the rug? That horrendous residency that y'all let her get away with in Las Vegas, where the Palms or whatever actually lost money. It was the first time, like in history, they've lost money on a residency. By all accounts, they don't have to shell anything out, but like they don't have to. But she lost
Oh,
them money because it was that bad. And it was so bad. People wanted their money back. She was having a terrible year just last year. For the first time, she has put on a politician's coat. She has pinned up that look. She has left that pop star vibe behind as of this year. And she is giving like politician's wife. Like she really has been. They're going to shows and stuff together. Yes, I get it. We're talking about them being at Coachella, but like that's because this is him being with her and that edging his life up a little bit. But overall, she's trying to make a turn and have a different image right now. One might even argue a more maybe Canadian, but conservative image, just more put together, less California girls and, teenage dream or whatever, and more like literally put it together, God bless America or Canada or whatever. But like she's doing different work right now. Like she's not interested in a scandal of a lesbian actress coming out and accusing her of same sex sexual assault. Now, granted, sexual assault is sexual assault, but not to the right, not to some people. This is a
I
woman.
know.
Woman can't be sexually assaulted by the woman. All the ignorance, all the things. So there are some people who are probably like, no, not Katy Perry. Also, that can't be because one, they think that because that Ruby Rose is maybe on the LGBTQ spectrum that she can't be assaulted by another woman. Untrue. If it was unconsensual, maybe Katy Perry believed the same, that it's not assault because it's me. I'm a girl or whatever. And I kissed a girl and I liked it and all these things back in the day. I remember being like Katy Perry, I would sneak to listen to the song. Like, like you said, back in the day, she was totally wild. It was very different, but times have changed.
Yeah.
And we know better, we do better now. And all the more reason why I'm like, her categorically denying this lets me know it's an image thing. I don't even think she examined whether or not it could be true. This is an image thing because at the very least you can be like, whoa, I would expect, I kind of really would have expected Katy Perry to be like, I was crazy back then. And I don't know if I thought what I was doing was not complimentary, flirty, girly, whatever, me expressing interest, but doing it in the wrong way. And for that, I'm sorry. I'm surprised that she didn't take that approach. If not being like, because she wasn't going to say she did it, but she at least could have been like, I didn't know if or whatever, feign some kind of ignorance, but she categorically denied that it even ever even happened. So it's giving
Yeah.
image obsessed, and I don't like that when people are talking about sexual assault. It's less about your image, more about what the person experienced.
It's very true that she is image obsessed because after that last album and tour, she worked with Dr. Luke. Dr. Luke is famously known to have
Yep.
sexually assaulted Kesha, and we are all Kesha siders here. And for
Yes.
Katy Perry to continuously just not be there for the girls.
And
Um,
she released a female empowerment song with Dr. Luke, which made no sense, where she posed as Rosie
mm-mm.
the Riveter, which makes no sense. And then she went to space. Like she's been having a weird time. She's
I
having a
forgot
weird
about this
time.
space
We all tried to. Gail King included.
with the flower.
She's a
Yeah,
wild
no.
man. She's a wild one.
I'm sure we'll be hearing more about this in Ruby Rose. Who's having the worst week ever in
Yeah.
pop culture this week?
Honestly, and this is sad because I do love the girlies, but maybe not this girly. It's Drew Sidora for me
Oh,
being put out of her home this week. The
I just
judge said not
heard about
only
this.
is Ralph coming up from the basement, baby, you got to get out of both. No, I said I just had Vanessa at Reality Recap
Yeah.
on my podcast to discuss the Housewives news of the week, because there was a lot. There was a lot coming out of Atlanta, especially a lot of bad weeks. When you gave me the task, I waited until this week to do it because I was like, I know my answers are going to change. And in the last few days, it had out of Atlanta alone, a lot of people are having a bad week. But then Drew, man, that really took the cake. She lost soul or full physical custody of her kids. She can see the kids. She has to leave the home. The kids can stay in the home. Ralph is staying in the home. Ralph is making more money than her. The documents are putting there out, and people are like, Drew, are you hiding money? Because if he's making that much and he disclosed his documents, and you not making that much and you disclose your documents, why would you stay in that home? The judge said,
Yeah.
well, he can take care of the home. And if you like I talked about on my episode, it was exposed also in court recently that they're both in the house and the kids are late all the time to school. The tardies are racking up under Drew's supervision from the same house. But when Ralph from the same house does take the kids, they are on time. It's not looking good for Miss Drewski. Okay. She's having a really tough week. Like everybody is calling for her momhood from like the judge has
Yeah.
had it with her. They told, oh, the kids aren't going to counseling. Yikes. Like they just exposed it. She's just not taking them.
Mm-mm. She's not taking them to school. It makes me really rethink what her mom
Crazy.
said last season, where she was like, you need to give these kids a structure because they're
Yeah.
like all over the place. And it's because I didn't know it. We all thought it was Ralph, thinking that it was
No.
messing up the routine.
Yes, he was. People think I want to clear this up because a lot of people are like, well, he's coming from the basement. How is he lives in the basement. How is he making so much money? He never wanted to leave that house. They neither of them wanted to leave the house. In fact, Drew wanted to stay in the house so that Ralph would pay for the bills, is what I believe she really wanted because he makes the more of the money. So she needed sole custody in order to do that so she can be taking care of the kids. But those are his kids, and he wanted to stay in his house because it's his house and his kids. The judge said in that case, you need to be down below, and then with the kids and the mom, they can be up there. So he can be where the kids are. The kids can know where daddy is, and that way they're nesting in the home. That was a judge's order. There was also an order of protection that Drew had for a while against him. It has since been dismissed and dropped. But in part of that, he had to be at in a different space in the home, especially when she was there. So he was trying to comply. Ralph was playing the long game, and it makes me look at him as like, I used to say on my show, he was giving bad husband, good dad. And I think that's
Yeah.
what we're looking at now. And I'm not here to say that Drew is a good or a bad mom because I'm not not a mother.
Mm-mm.
She should definitely, as a teacher though, get them kids to school on time. Thank you. We start instruction right at the bell. Thanks. I'd love that. So maybe get them to school on time. But I ain't gonna tell her if she's a good or a bad mom. But I will tell you she's having the worst week ever. Cause homeless and the internet thinks she's not a good mom. The girls are like, ooh, because the moms are judgy. The girls with the housewives mom community, judgy.
Especially in Atlanta, being a Real
Girl,
Housewives of Atlanta. Yeah.
they talk. The moms talk. They're like, the kids didn't come to, it's a Wednesday and they didn't come to school on a Wednesday.
Mm.
It's giving maybe she was out too late last night. You know what I mean? Like it's just giving the streets will talk. And I just feel like Drew took a big L in court. And it wasn't just to the detriment of her kids, but also she lost her home for herself. She has to find a new place to go. Bad week. Yikes.
And I hope Andy is there with cameras,
Oh, watching
filming
her
it
pack
all.
them bags. Ralph is. If Andy's not, Ralph is. He is with the
That's
tripod on
so
the
true.
driveway
I know he's actually sending the footage to Andy as we speak.
and definitely is.
Well, my worst week ever, it's really not a worst week ever for me because I don't really care about these two people, but it is the white on white crime with Alex Earl and Alex Cooper. These
My
two
God, I
women,
love this. I love this.
2023 of August, hot mess with Alex Earl, and it would be produced by Alex Cooper under her Unwell network. At the time, Cooper was in the
Hmm.
very early stages of building out her network, and just a few months later, she also announced that Australian reality TV personality Harry Josie would be launching a podcast under Unwell Boyfriend Material. He
Also
still
made
hosts a
sense.
podcast.
Yes.
And for a
He
little while,
sided
it
with
seemed
her
really
early on
peachy.
in the days of her divorce from Sophia Franklin. Harry went to call he was one of the first to go back to call her daddy and be on the one of
I
my
did not know
favorite
that.
one of my mix in the mix things is I
Yeah.
have been on the call her daddy drama since day one. I watched all 2 hours and 20 minutes of Alice Cooper in that damn sweatshirt like 5 or 6 years ago in COVID, telling all the reasons why Sophia, wink, 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 was the reason that, almost fumbled her bag, but fumbled her bag so bad to a $60 million deal or whatever. So please leave it. But I will let you recap and tell the girls. But let me tell you,
Track.
I have vested interest in this. I've been following this since day one. And I have the whose side you're on depends on where I feel like people fell into this cultural moment or where they are generationally. We'll discuss.
Cooper needs to tread slowly because Sophia Franklin is coming out with that memoir.
She sure is. It's her
I am
podcast
so
picture.
Yes. I'm so excited for that. And also, many people speculated that Cooper had done Earl dirty and dropped her, but it was all rumors that it didn't seem to really stem from any verifiable source until this week. We had
Yes.
Alex Earl in her Coachella merch, I guess. She put in her TikTok caption, "Hi, I see your comments, Alex. Not being able to podcast has nothing to do with Unwell. I don't know why she can't. What's going on? Unwell gave her everything back. She owns her IP, learned from the best." And this, of course, references her experience working with
Yep.
Dave Portnoy with the
Yes.
Barstool Call Her Daddy.
She kept her IP famously. She worked that into her extension contract with Dave that if she stayed with the thing and Sophia left, she would then be the sole owner. They never had it. So when she inevitably wanted to leave Barstool, she finished out that year, that contract, she could take it to Spotify for free and like without any hassle. And the very next deal she made was $60 million. Dave could have had that name, but he didn't because Alex was smart in that regard. And that's why I have some hot takes about why they're beefing, especially if what it looks like Alex Cooper said in her TikTok, which to her knowledge, there is no beef. There is no actual problem that they've had. They have not had no real falling out or whatever. She's like, is it just so that you want to be unclear so people can just speculate? And then just like be mad. But hashtag what I do.
Well, apparently, Earl reposted a video on TikTok that criticized Cooper, marketing the most overt reference to Earl's issues with Cooper. "I would honestly compare Alex Cooper to an ambulance chaser," the video starts. Like, you just had the most horrific accident of your life. You're, hanging on by a thread, don't know if you're going to make it. And she's the first one there. She is a grim reaper. The video goes on to
Yes.
criticize Cooper for chasing the exclusive interviews. She's become known for saying that she wants to be there when you're vulnerable and broken down and calling her so awful. And immediately people started popping off, noticing that Alex Earl did repost this because there's a sticker in the bottom of the left corner that we can all see. But the drama doesn't end there. Cooper responded in a video TikTok. She said, "Alex Earl, hey girl, the passive aggressive reposts and the likes and commenting on things, I've got to call you out here. You're going to need to be specific and say what you've got to say about me. There's no NDA. No one is stopping you. Stop hiding behind other people and just say it yourself."
There's no NDA. That has been what people have speculated for a
Yeah.
long time. That Alice can't talk. She can't talk. That Earl can't say anything. Maybe that's why all she can do is like and comment. That's not the case. So then it's like, then why not say anything? Why haven't you said anything if there's nothing stopping you? It can't be because you got the moral high ground. That's not it. So what is it
Well,
if there
Alex
is something
Alex Earl
happening?
woke up the next day finally.
And
I think it
it.
took her like till the mid-afternoon for her to respond, and she commented, "Okay, on it." Exclamation point, exclamation point, under the post, and reposted Cooper's video to her own page.
Yep.
The repost is crazy.
So she can know what to stitch later, so it can be easier for her to stitch when she
Ooh.
comes out because that's the thing. I think what we're seeing here is a categorical difference of where the young divide happens of I am Alex Cooper's age, Alex Earl is not. Alex
Yeah.
Cooper and I are these babies, mid, right? She's 95, I'm 96. I'm turning 30. She's 30 already, right? Alex Earl is younger. Frontal lobe, I don't even think has fully formed, right?
Yeah, that's
Us
so true.
girlies entering into our 30s, we have now realized we are not, we're young asterisk. We're young asterisk. What I mean is we're young on paper, by definition, in spirit. But our mind is a little bit more grown now that things have happened. And I think that's where there's a disconnect. Let me walk you through. Alex Cooper went from a $60 million business deal with Spotify, the largest single woman podcasting deal in history. And it only got bigger where when she then took her Spotify exclusive podcast, thought maybe it should not be so exclusive to Spotify, bring it back to the masses. She did that, finished out that contract, flipped that thing, flipped it and reversed it, got serious to buy her out for $120 million. Now that's an even bigger deal than Joe Rogan. You're talking about money bigger than the biggest podcaster, the loudmouth male Joe Rogan. A woman getting this. Big deal, right? Say what you want about how her and Sophia went down. Famously, of that, I'm still Team Alex on that. I do think Sophia let a man get in the way of her bag, and I
Yeah.
don't appreciate that. Never do what you say. Don't let him talk to you crazy. And that's the whole thing. Alex Earl is not good on a mic. I just said she's not good on a mic. Alex Cooper has a podcast network. Alex Cooper is the ambulance chaser of podcasting. Look at her Love Overboard her winter games in Utah. Look at that cast. That cast is anyone who's had a salacious headline in TMZ, Page Six, or reality or whatever in the last 30, 60 days. She had you sign a contract to be there. Demi leave Slomo, Secret Lives of Marmon Wives, be on my show right now. Fruity Pebbles. She got her talking about her Fruity Pebbles all over YouTube right now. Okay. Alex Cooper does do that. I think that's one of the reasons why she got Alex Earl on her network. Because in the early days, and two years ago, 2023, she was still trying to build. She did not have a lot of people who, because largely Alex Cooper you might argue, have failed her way up into the success that she has. Her show did not start like this. It was never like this. Celebrity interviews? No, it was two sluts. Their words, not mine. There's two sleuths in college talking about their slutty behavior with men and how to not catch feelings, get that degree, get that paper, scratch your own itches, and be about your way. That is not where Gen Z is at, though. Gen Z is a vibes place, okay? They want girls, girl. Because I keep seeing them saying, like, Alice Cooper's not a girl's girl. She's not. She wasn't her friend. She was her boss. She was her boss. And I think that what we're confusing here is, yes, they went outside. Like Harry Jowsey, I saw posted some pictures of all three of them out partying at things that they were promoting for Unwell. Alice Cooper, though an it girl, though an influencer, though out with you, she was doing it as your boss, meaning her vested interest is also her pockets, her bottom line, not your success and your happiness. Alex Earl was a popular person on the internet. Alex Cooper swooped her up and tried to put her on a mic. She didn't perform well. Alice Cooper does not want to have non-performers on her shows, on her networks. She doesn't want things that aren't going to make her more money. She probably did a cost benefit analysis. Someone told her to drop that bitch. She said, do we have something in the contract that we can't? And you just release her. Unfortunately, me being a podcaster for the space for a long time, I've been on 4 different networks. If things happen, like they really do, people will just drop you for no reason. So I am confused. Like if you just thought you were owed something, Miss Earl. An explanation, a full season matter, rather, a produced opportunity by the Alex Cooper so that you could get your brand off the ground before you took it on your own. If you didn't think I was that good, give me a chance. No. So you can what? Create a brand, be great. It performed terribly. She lose sponsorships. You go off and be great or whatever and keep your brand and your girls together. My loves, she was on Dancing with the Stars and y'all still don't know who she is or why she was there. We're looking at a generational divide, but it just happened because the 95s and 96 girlies didn't become full adults until 15 minutes ago. So we didn't expect the 22 and 23-year-olds to do real young adult, like young shit and be like, it's just like you didn't give me a chance and you're a bitch. Like it's like it's not the vibes. And it's like, yeah, but it's not the vibes, but it's the business. She didn't make $120 million meanwhile letting all the girls that she loves so much on TikTok have a podcast. That's not how you get the bag. You got to be good at it. And Alex Earl is not good at podcasting. She's good at a lot of other stuff. Y'all keep talking about her and keep booking her for things. Let her do those other things. But she's mad at Alice Cooper for not letting her get a leg up with her. And she's like, but if you weren't good, you weren't good. She probably made a shrewd business decision. And that is not vibes to Gen Z. Gen Z doesn't like it when you do things by like the business standards. It is all about the vibes and the aura. Girl.
The
And no,
aura.
Alice Cooper does have a bad aura. I do feel that way. But most people with billions of dollars do. Like, she also married a shrewd businessman, a really shrewd businessman. I forget what he owns or does, but so like she's in a different world. She's not raving and festivaling. She's cosplaying that still, but she's actually just a step away from being on Shark Tank. My words,
Oh,
man. 2 years.
we just need to wait for Earl's official response, and you better believe it. We'll be waiting for it. Like I
Right.
said,
And it
I
will
don't
need
really care about
receipts.
this, but yeah.
But I do love white girl on white girl. Name on name crime. Girl.
Yeah.
You got to tell people who you are. You team Alex with an R, Alex with an E. Right now, I'm team wait and see. I'm here
Same.
for all of it. I want to know what Alex Earl's response is. I really do.
I'm
I
just
just need
here
to
for the
know what it
response.
is. I'm here for the response and the TikToks, but the calling her out and adding her lets me know you really think you did nothing. So, Miss Cooper, I hope you're right. I hope Miss Earl got no
Yeah.
receipts on you because that was bold. She put nothing else in the caption. Crazy.
And that is why it's my worst week ever, guys, because we know we're going to continue watching this, seeing this. And honestly,
yeah.
at the end of the day, nothing bad is going to happen to either of them. They're still going to be
No.
rich. They're still going to be posting online viewers, so and so.
So Earl was
They're
linked to
going to be
Tom
okay.
Brady 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I think she's fine.
She was in Coachella. That's why she woke up late to this announcement.
She's not even just there. She also needed to do, she also was hosting, she hosted something. She was at Bad Bunny's Super Bowl performance because of a Tom Brady Connect or something. No, she has her own reality show coming out. She's fine. Again, fine.
This can probably be great promo for the both of them, if anything.
If
Because when I
anything.
saw that video, I honestly, and then I saw her response, I'm on it. I'm like, are we being played?
That was hilarious.
Is this a marketing thing of like
No, I
what
think
you
that
guys are
that
gonna
girl
do?
is just she's a young girl. That 23 said, I will respond because they do that. They really do that. The youth of today, I'm like, y'all got balls. Y'all just out here. Like you, Alex, because Alice Cooper thought she ate with that. But Earl said, okay. Scared of a little TikTok. Ain't nobody scared of a little TikTok.
That's too great. Guys, we're going to move on to our best week ever topics. Best week ever honorable mention. I'll give a little bit of an update. The 34-year-old Italy international soccer player, Giorgino, whatever his name is, the guy who made a statement saying the pop singer Chappell Roan was not involved in an incident in which security guard reduced his daughter to tears. And he claimed in a post on Instagram that he is now redacting everything he said about Chappell Rowan. He said the situation did occur as described. We acted on information that was available to us. Chappell Rowan made a public statement, reached out private to Catherine, and our teams also spoke directly. I'm so mad that this soccer player basically was offended that he wasn't getting the star treatment that he is so used to. And the security guard was just, I don't know, we weren't there. I can't really defend Chappell on this. I mean, I'm loving the reels of her being mean to kids. I'm not going to lie about that. But when a man was attacking this young woman and he has all these followers and he's a celebrity already himself, I was just like, why are we listening to this man? But yeah, I mean, I guess justice for Chappell. So that is why he's my worst week ever update. But my best week ever honorable mention is to the Pacers couple who've revealed their conversation that led to a viral moment. Have you seen this?
Oh, I have seen the viral moment, but I don't know what the conversation was.
Oh my God, so guys, if you haven't seen this couple, they're at a Pacers game, basketball game, and the Jumbotron goes to them, and you see them having this deep conversation, and it is such a great video of a girlfriend just being like, shut the fuck up to her boyfriend while he's trying to describe or mansplain. That's at least that's what us viewers thought that they were like talking about. But apparently on a Sports Illustrated podcast with Shaquille O'Neal, she said we were talking about the academic rigor of liberal arts education and essentially how it can be updated for the current economic status and job market. She said, even saying that out loud, I can hear you yawning through the phone. The thing is, her and her boyfriend have been together for 4 years, and that's just what they do. They both talk. He's frighteningly smart. So, what everyone witnessed was me listening to his well articulated thoughts and responding with what you saw, which was, what the fuck are you talking about? The Pacers TV had these fans on the broadcast, and she was not having it. I love this
It
couple.
was
Shaquille
so
O'Neal,
funny.
he even went beyond in this podcast interview. He's like, I will buy your engagement ring if you marry her today. This was just great to watch because everyone had their own opinions. I think they had lip readers
Mhm.
on the case, and it
Yes.
was just talking about academia. I love that for them. Two intellectual watching a Pacers game. Who's on your best week ever honorable mention this week?
My best week honorable mention is Paige Beckers, who is a WNBA player. She and the reason she's an honorable mention is because her girlfriend is the next level up for me. But Paige Beckers is already a WNBA player. She's formerly on UConn's women's basketball team. She had an incredible final year in basketball, was drafted into the WNBA, now is playing the WNBA, and um, she is going to be able to play with her. This is me being such an old gay girlfriend, and her girlfriend was drafted to the same team, and they used to play on the same team in college. And people speculated, were they a couple? Were they not? They were always together around each other. When Paige got drafted into the WNBA last year, it was just her coach, her basketball coach, her parents and family, and my next the her girlfriend, the my runner up for best week ever. But so I'm really happy for Paige because she's been in the game by herself now while her girlfriend's been finishing college. And the best way to end a long distance relationship is to play for the same team. Like, it could not have gone better for Paige or the gays. The lesbians were so excited. We were like, this is great. Like, it's really cool. So I'm really happy for her because she's also an amazing player, like Paige Becker. She's a great player and a great person. So it's like happy to see her happy. It's so cute.
That needs to be a rom-com. I know
Right?
we love heated rivalry. I would love a Love and Basketball reboot with the two queer
Yes.
women.
My
I
God,
would
that would be
love
amazing.
that.
That would be
And
so good. It writes itself
Paige,
just so good.
I know. Paige Beckers, please call me. I would love to do this for you. And
Yes.
this is so great because it is such a great segue to my best week ever runner up, You, Me, and Tuscany. Guys, I
Wow.
need you to see this movie. Go and see it right now because the producer, Will Packer, said he believes more romantic comedies with black leads will get made and released in theaters if Haley Bailey and Regé-Jean Page's new movie makes money.
Yes.
We need to see this movie so I can see more rom-coms. And also, I want to see more LGBTQ plus IA rom-coms. I think the
Yes.
reason why people think rom-coms are dead, which hot take, rom-coms are not dead. The genre is not dead, guys. We just
No.
are sick of straight love stories. I think
Because
that
it's been
is the thing.
told. Y'all have beat it into the
Yes.
ground. There is no new, fresh way to look at it. They have looked at every one. And sometimes y'all think of 6 different ways for straight people to fall in love, and you put
Mm-hmm.
them all in the same movie, and you call it like New Year's Eve or some shit.
Yeah.
And you get like 10 of the highest paid people in all of the world to come and act out 6 different variations of the exact same plot. Where right around the house.
It's so boring. Mhm. That's how I know I'm bored too. I mean, like,
But You,
I've
Me,
been
and
begging for
Tuscany,
rom-coms back.
much
Yes, we
better.
need to rally and we need to get them in the box office. I know it just released April 10th, and people do have to understand that Hollywood is a reactive industry. So, in order for us to continue on watching these sort of films, we need to give them our money. I
No,
mean, we
it's
had
true.
Love
Look
and
at Ryan
Basketball.
Coogler. Like, look at Ryan Coogler. When you show
Hmm.
up for his movies, he got more movies. Y'all showed up. We showed up for Black Panther. Then they gave him the next one with Michael B. Jordan, and now he's winning Oscars. So you gotta show up and let people know that you want more of it if you want to see that that innovation and that ingenuity like on the screen and see something different, see something new. You're not, what are you gonna do? Hey, love? You're not gonna hate love. So go watch go and watch the movie and be like, so we can get more. I would love to see Halle Bailey get the flowers that she deserves, because
Yeah.
y'all had me fucked up where the first thing y'all gave her for the white public to see was her taking white America's favorite Disney princess, which is the goddamn Little Mermaid, who arguably I love too. I do. She's a wonderful princess. But y'all hold on to her and made it a whole race thing that she was going to go ahead and play a mermaid, where there is fundamentally no race involved in fish people. Right. So anything to showcase how amazing of an actress Halle Bailey is and amazing of a singer, like that lady, that girl can perform. She is a performer. So I'm really happy that people love her movie and that like the love is really good. I liked it and I don't even like rom-coms. So
I also wish her and Bailey can get back together in the studio because that is
I
like one
think
of my
they
favorite
are
pandemic.
releasing I think they're
No
releasing
way.
one more thing together. I really do. I
Can't wait.
really think they're coming back together to do something because they want to make music together. Also because Hallie got babies to support. Okay. She's got to do what she's got to do. And she's working hard. I'm seeing her everywhere right
Yeah,
now. So good for her.
I love that. Who's your best week runner up this week?
My runner up this week is Azzy Fudd, who is a WNBA now drafted basketball player. She is a young, beautiful girl who was just drafted to the Dallas Wings to play right alongside her girlfriend, who was also one of the best players already in the WNBA. Azzy Fudd is an incredible player in her own right. If you've ever seen her play, I mean, this is one of the reasons why people really thought that they were a couple and they really wanted them to be, because watching them play, their dynamics, the strength on these women. Azifat is an incredible player. She did lose in the UConn did lose in this latest finals in this March Madness. Was then completely her senior year was overshadowed because her well-meaning but old grumpy white man yelled and hollered at a black woman, Don Staley, the coach, and it overshadowed Ozzy's entire performance that entire night because it was more about the coaches, the fight, the apology, Don Staley, not being treated well, and how the girls had their win pretty much robbed. They were robbed of that win. But largely people's response is that Gino, the coach of UConn, he just really wanted that for his girls. No, it's not an excuse, but he really wanted it for his girls, particularly Azzy Fudd, who worked really hard, is an amazing player, but it's okay. No, it's all good. She don't need to win in college because she just won in life, my loves. She is now drafted to the WNBA. Now that they get good money in the WNBA, it's all good. It's all coming up roses for my girl. And I'm really, really happy for her. This is like a record breaking time. The deals that they are handing out, they're talking about millions to these women. Famously, best player in the league, you're looking at $75,000 a year to play in the WNBA as professional athletes, and that's absurd. Now we're talking like couple 100,000 to few million for our superstars. So I love this for Azzy. I love this for Paige. I love this for the new young generation of females, sports. I love watching women's sports. This just goes to show that people do watch women's sports. They watch women do stuff. We are a major audience and we're also a major talent. We're something to be viewed and observed and behold, honey. So I'm really happy for her. And so she worked so hard for this. I was so happy to see her with her family celebrating at the WNBA draft the other night. All the ladies look beautiful. So that is my runner up is Miss Azzy Fudd.
I can't wait to post these photos up because I love seeing their dynamic. You're so right. It spills over on to the basketball court.
Yes.
Yeah, I love
And then you're
it.
just like,
Oh,
oh
please,
my God.
please make
Yes,
a rom com.
yes. Like, I feel like an old auntie, like, "Oh, look at the baby." They were, like, released, I think they hard launched, like, in true Gen Z style, like, they hard launched, like, on a TikTok for, like, it was like a TikTok app or something, an ad for TikTok, a TikTok for TikTok. That's what how they hard launched their relationship. I said, "What in the 21 is going on?" No more just like spotted in the TMZ or the paparazzis or whatever. They made a TikTok like when we go on dates, and I was like, "Oh, I love them." So my
And you
old
know they
ass
made
is so
bank doing
happy.
that.
Yes, which is one well, that's the way women have had to do it. Women athletes have, for the longest time across the sports, but definitely in basketball, have had to make several other avenues for themselves to make money just to survive, let alone like thrive. And I'm glad that those days are over, but I'm also happy that it's like, give the girls their flowers. I love that for years, if you weren't watching women's sports, you didn't know that their jerseys have said, pay us what you owe us for the longest time. Like, imagine walking into your workplace and putting a sign on your door that says, "Pay me what you owe me, or don't call me to the door." I think it's great. So I love that they fought for themselves and they won.
I love that. Love, love, love. Best week ever winner, guys. I'm super excited because my best week ever winner is Karol G, making history when she stepped onto the Coachella main stage last
Yes.
night. And she made the most of it. It was an incredible performance that honored not only Colombia culture, my culture, Ecuadorian culture as well, but Latinos everywhere. The visuals, dancing, surprise guests, and whole production. It was one of the best headlining acts festivals has ever had. And it gave me chills. I'm like having chills just talking about it. Just because the concert was so representatively Karol G. I saw Karol G a few years back, so I was so happy to see her headline Coachella. It's something that I believe that she deserves. She's also made headlines with her Playboy cover, and she has been commenting about ICE being out. She's sparked a lot of criticism with people ready to see she would do with her platform. And once she was on stage, Karol used her platform at the festival to make a speech about her history making debut and what it represents for the Latino community as a whole. She said, "I want to present myself. I am Carolina from Medellin, Colombia, and today I'm the first Latina, but at the same time, this feels late. It has been 27 years of this festival going on, and it's the first time a Latina girl is headlining Coachella. So I just want to say that before me, there were so many great Latino artists, legendary Latino artists that gave me the opportunity to be here tonight." And it made me think of like Beyonce too, because she headlined Coachella.
Mhm.
And I remember thinking how big of a deal that was for
She was the
Beyonce back.
first black woman. Yeah.
Exactly. And now we have, and it was so beautiful. It was resilient and such a strong spirit. And I love my bichota. I love my Latino community. And this really brought us more together at a time that we're being broken down and instigated. And we're at a time that it's really scary for some of like my Latino families. And yeah, it was just a bright light in this dark space that we're in right now.
No, I absolutely agree. I think that Carol G, I've loved her for years. She makes such great music. Her voice is so strong, so incredible. I've loved her for years. I thought this was one of those things. It's like when Beyonce was announced, I was like, she is? Like, it's one of those things like she's the first Latina, like, she is? Like, that seems almost crazy. Because it made me think, like, again, before Beyonce, who was leading this? Like, who were y'all watching? Who was doing this, if not
Yeah.
for the girlies that I listen to, which are like the biggest, the greatest, but it's so varied, it's so vast. Like that's the good music. You find it in different places and places that sometimes don't look like you, which is why I'm like, I'm so shocked that she's the first Latina artist to headline. But again, we had Bad Bunny just this year, and that was the first. And some of y'all had to be educated on that Puerto Rico was also a part of the United
Yeah.
of these states. And that was a bummer for me. I was like, wow, we're
That
really
was
all walking different
embarrassing.
planes. We're walking different planes of intellect, aren't we? God damn.
Yeah.
Okay. So I loved watching her performance. I love the colors were beautiful. She looked so good. I was like, if I could get Carol G's abs by just give me 2 years to get that body. And God, I will do anything. Like I was like, God damn, girl. She had
I
that body
know.
on her. She looked amazing, sounded amazing. Yeah. Okay. And when she introduced herself as Carolina, I started to cry. I was like,
Yeah.
why would you make me cry while watching Coachella? Which is another reason why I put Justin Bieber where I did, because how I'm
Yes.
crying at Carol G and you over here being like, so I guess they asked me to be at Coachella. Do you know what this means to some people? Like, do you understand that right next door, somebody is making history? Like, people, a whole community of people and their allies and people that are watching, observing, learning are coming together and turn the hell up because they've never seen this before. You want to piss it away. Okay. Shout out to
Yeah.
Carol G. I thought she looked amazing, sounded incredible. I would definitely say she's having the best week ever because she killed Coachella. Like, check it off the list. Like, girl, did that.
And
Shut
I
that
need that
stage
Playboy
down.
magazine stat. I need that Playboy magazine stat. I'm like trying to figure out where I can find it. I live in a beach town where we have one bookshop and we get 3 magazines like of the same. And I'm just like, where can I find this? So, listeners, if you can help me out, please DM me. I would highly appreciate it. Now, Manny, who's on your best week ever list this week?
My best week ever. I believe this person's having the best week ever. It is Olandria Carthen from Love Island, famously probably my favorite person to come out of a TV show in the last years. And I watched last season of Love Island and thought it was way better than this season. I was so sad that y'all who just watched this season like wasted your time. You know what I mean? Like I didn't I hated that for y'all, but I loved that we got Alandria and Nick out of it. I love their relationship so much, but like though they were both at Coachella, Olandria had herself a freaking week, honey. She like released and launched before she went to Coachella, boom, collab. Then she went to Coachella, launched a collab, then went to the Barbie house, then left Coachella, another collab. Like she launched something, had something to promote, did a thing every day. And then when she was just posting about herself, she's a flawless 10. I'm just like, damn, she went to the Barbie house. And I was like, okay, I know we throw around the term Black Barbie a lot, but hear me out. It's really giving. Like Black
Yeah.
Barbara Millicent. Like that is the Barbie. Like Olandria. I'm loving seeing her win. I'm loving seeing her shining. Like this is a long time coming. Like she really, wanted this and worked hard for it. But like man, you could not be to a better person. I'm like loving to see it, or I love watching the girlies have fun, and like live in it and really get into it. And Nick thinks the world of her and thinks she's the most beautiful girl in the world. And I agree. So me and Nick have that in common. So I'm really happy for Alandria Carthen. I think that she just launched her Brandon Blackwood campaign, and my birthday is coming up, and I've sent it to my wife and my family like 13 times in the last like couple of hours. So that's why she's fresh on my mind.
I love that. And she looked like she was having such a blast in Coachella because I know she was there with one of her like her two best friends, and I loved the video of her meeting Northwest for the first time.
Yes.
Northwest went absolutely bonkers when she saw Olandria, and I would too. I think my heart would stop
So
if
did
I were to
Zendaya.
ever.
So did
Oh, I
Zendaya.
forgot.
Zendaya and
Yeah.
Alandria. When Zendaya met her, Alandria was like, I've been such a fan. Zendaya was like, no, I need to tell you first that I am your biggest fan. And Alandria was like, who's? Like it was so cute to see them fan out over each other. Like I just love to see it. I love it when like to see a beautiful, like a young Black girl winning. I really do, especially in pop culture, especially a darker skinned woman, because famously they get passed over for all of the things, for so many collaborations and campaigns and music videos and anything commercial. People think that they're not going to buy from, this beautiful chocolate woman. And I love that Olandria is just letting y'all know that is not the case. She's like, put me in a suit, baby, and I'm going to deliver. She was in she's in the latest Psy edition. like, what is it called?
Sports Illustrated. Yeah, that
Sports
was our best
Illustrated
week
swimsuit
ever a
edition.
couple weeks back. Yeah.
Yes. So, like, again, having a great time, and I really love to see that, and I love that she's like, that gone are the days where people thought that once before. Alandria is like, "I will be the first or the newest generation Black supermodel of the time," and I think it's about time we had one. So,
I
let's get it.
100% agree with you. I feel I said this a couple weeks back. I don't ever want to see her back in reality TV because she is beyond that. She is like
Beyond.
glamour now. She's
She's at the
supermodel.
fashion shows. She's walking the
Fashion
show.
Week,
She's
walking
being
runways.
invited to sit next to the girls at the fashion show. They're asking her to come out to the premieres and the launches.
Mhm.
She's coming to the
Yeah.
magazine parties. She's going to the show. She's in glamour. Please. I don't you're
Yeah.
right. I never want to see her on reality TV again. I think she's past it. And I think that's fine. And I think that we've
Yeah.
got we that was our launch for her. And now we're here and she's proven she can do so much more.
That is such a great best week ever, Andrea. She is always best year ever for
No,
next coming
seriously.
years.
Love that for her.
Now we're at the end of my show where I ask my guests what their favorite song is from the early 2000s. And I'm super excited because you mentioned both, and I want to talk about both.
Sure.
You you said Promiscuous Girl with Nelly featuring Timbaland and also Crazy in Love by Beyonce. Can you please tell
Yes.
me where were you when you first heard these two songs and why is it your favorite in that era?
So when I heard Crazy in Love, it was well, both of these songs I had to sneak to listen to. I grew up very religiously repressed. So I was like in a deep, 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 deep Christian Black mega church, very, very long time. So secular music, didn't happen. But let me tell you something. Monty had a boombox next to her bed, and would turn the boombox on the FM radio to my favorite hip hop and R&B stations at the time living in Dallas when I was like in middle school, and that is how I caught up on all the songs that I missed, honey. 93 beat, the hip hop station over there in Dallas. I would play it on like volume 3 and I would listen with my ear like right up to the speaker. Like I was really like I didn't want to go to 6th, 7th, 8th grade not knowing the songs. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Like, please, I went social suicide, and I went to both private and public school in those like middle school years. So I heard "Crazy in Love" rather late because it had already been out, but I wasn't access to listen to those things. But it started my Beyonce origin when I first saw the music video by accident at a friend's house. And I was like, I have to listen to this. I have to find this song. So I would go home and like listen to the radio and try to find music that I heard out in the wild and be like, I gotta hear it again. I want to listen to it again. Then I discovered YouTube, baby. When they started leaving me home alone, Beyonce, Crazy in Love, and her and that white wife beater crop top
I love
and
it.
those booty shorts can't beat it. Okay, I became a beehive that day. I became that day years ago, never left the hive since. I was like, she can sing the bridge, Queen of the Bridge. Every bridge Beyonce does, especially back in the OOs, like top notch. Think about it. When y'all go back and listen and you hear random Beyonce songs, think about those bridges. That girl, the art of a bridge is gone with these young songs that are only 2 minutes. Not my girl, Miss Carter. Okay, she was out there putting the bridges in there, and I remember that song making me want to move around and dance. I wanted to do like endless videos with my friends on MySpace to Crazy in Love and reenacting that walk that she did. It was really, really great. And then Promiscuous Girl, it's not nearly as exciting. I heard it on the radio, like trying to sneak to listen to secular music late at night. On okay, no, it was at a slumber party for my friends in the maybe 6th grade. They had a slumber party. I was living in Dallas at the time. They had a slumber party like at a hotel. That was something that the rich kids did. They had slumber parties at hotels for their birthday. And in the car, the mom was playing like 106.1 Kiss FM, right? And it came on and I was just like in the back of this Lincoln Navigator. So I'm in row 3. I'm in the back. And I'm listening to it like and the speakers are close and I'm like, oh, this is fun. Ah, yeah, yeah. The back and forth between the girl and the boy. these concepts of promiscuity to a young middle schooler. I'm like, oh my God, what are they talking about? Oh, this is scandalous. So we go back to the hotel and I'm in the back while everybody else is eating pizza, talking about boys, probably doing a bunch of nefarious stuff as young people do. I'm in the back listening to talk radio, FM, trying to find the same damn song again because I wanted to hear it from the beginning. I was like, no, wait a minute. That beat and that vibe. Listen, when I got home from the party, I did hear it again twice. It played on the radio like 2 more times that night. And I like stayed in the back by myself till I heard it. I could give a shit what they were doing in the front. So I was listening to music and having a vibe. When I'm away from parents, that's what I would do. And so I get home, YouTube it, the club scene of it all. It's so 2000, the wide open bang. Oh, it's bad. Everybody is so greasy. It's so good. I love that damn song. I hear it now and I play Flex 2K on Sirius, which all of the 2000 songs. I don't know if you knew that, but
No,
there's
I'm
now a
gonna write
channel
that down
for
right now.
there's now a channel for our throwbacks, man. It's all 2000 and 2010. Is that throwback music? And they're like, yes. So whenever it comes on there, I turn it up and I make my dog listen. So you're going to hear every single word. Because me and that Brazilian lady, Nelly Furtado, we used to vibe back in the day, okay?
She was like my number one pre-music to get ready to go to the club. I was
Loved.
a senior when this song came out, and yeah, it was just us sneaking into New York City clubs, getting
Loved
ready
Nelly
to go out.
Furtado so much. I loved her so much. Her songs that she would like feature on with Justin Timberlake and Timberland, have all of those still. Love that lady's voice. You know, she's definitely had an interesting return and quick exit into music lately, but
No,
early 2000s Nelly Furtado, we was on it. I liked it. Good times. They don't make
I'm
music
hoping
like
she's
that, like radio music back in the day.
no, they don't make clubbing music anymore because that was
Do not.
prominent.
You could even
Clubbing.
play Crazy in Love in the club. You know, you hear a drop, dun, 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 dun. You're like, they don't do that no more.
No, Gen Z, you are missing a whole
You're
social
missing
vibe.
out on hearing like that, taking the chance and being out in the wild and the song, the bass coming on, and you stop whatever conversation, you get up and you go. And you're like, this is it. This is
It's
my
my
jam.
song.
And y'all don't have that no more. Y'all don't have that. Streaming and everything ruined that for y'all. I'm sorry. R.I.P. But those
Really
were good
did.
times.
Great times, Monty. I had so much fun talking pop culture with you, going back to nostalgia and music.
Yes.
Can you please let my listeners know where they can find you, or if you want to be followed, drop it in.
I appreciate the consent request. Thank you so much for having me. This was a absolute blast. I had so much fun. You can find me if you want to talk, listen to more pop culture things. And you'll definitely have to come on my show. Y'all can find Van eventually coming on the Mix with Monty over wherever you're listening to her. Give her 5 stars, her reviews, please, please, please.
Oh, thank
And
you.
then after you are done reviewing and rating and giving my girl her flowers, even if it's just loved Monty on your episode, go ahead, refresh that review up, keep her ratings fresh, okay? You can go ahead and follow me or find me on all the things at the Mix with Monty on podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple, whatever, on Instagram and Threads, and patreon.com/mixing with Monty, MIXINGWITHMANI. And I love to be followed. I talk to y'all about everything. Let's talk about it.
And please, when you're done listening to Mixin with Monty, rate her 5 stars, leave a review, and just subscribe, because that's what helps us grow. That's what connects collabs and makes me meet great podcasters just like Monty. And check us out on the Patreon. You will be getting this episode a day earlier, or check us out on YouTube. You will be getting the full video with graphics the day after the audio releases on Friday. And yeah, I hope you guys are having the best week ever. Stick around for this summer. I have big plans, big news, and I'm excited to tell you guys all of that. As always, have a best week ever. Bye, guys.